And right now, I'm pleased to be joined by Paige Michael. Welcome, Paige.
Thank you.
Delighted to have you here.
Welcome. I'm glad to be back again.
I know it's hard running again for the same position you've already won once, you know. But we'll get on with some of the questions. Some are the same you've probably heard from other forums, some may be new. First, I want to know a little bit about your background and why you're interested in running for the board. Why are you interested in being on this school board?
My story with this begins that I went to this school. I graduated from here in '83. I've watched this community grow. I've watched this school grow. When I started having kids, I was living up in New York. We came back here, started raising our family. I have been involved with the schools in some form since my oldest one, Hayden, when we were in Countrywood. Moved to Countrywood, they started talking about merging out there, building Cordova High School. She was going to be in about 9th or 10th grade when that was all going to transition. We started paying attention then and have continued with getting and staying involved with my schools, with my PTA boards, involved on the local level as a parent. And then when this school, the chance for us to form our own municipal school came about, Ken Hoover called and said, you know, we'd like to get on a grassroots effort to form my Germantown schools. First we got to get the vote for people to do it. And absolutely said yes. What can I do? Let's get me in there, get me involved. And started there because this is historical. We, as parents, as people that live in this community, actually have a chance to make a change, a positive change. And I think being a parent, living in this community for most of my life and all of my adult life, and I work in this community as a realtor, I've got a big stake. It affects me personally in every facet that this school brings. And from a business standpoint, schools bring people to a community. So my involvement is because I care about this community and I want to see this done right, and I want to see the improvements to improve our community.
Okay. How old are your children now?
Hayden is 21, so she's in college. Colin is a senior at Houston High School. Reagan is a freshman this year at Houston High School, and then Cameron is an 8th grader at Houston Middle. They came up through Hayden was at Chimney Rock, and then we came up from Dogwood, Houston Middle, Houston High.
So you really have been intimately involved with the schools for a long time here.
Yes, ma'am. I've been in it from the start, not just in the last few months.
Yeah. Tell us what best practices you'd like to see continued, or any you'd like to see started.
You know, best practices we go across the board, but looking at this facility right here, I think this is what you'd call the best practice. So kudos to you guys for doing this. You know,
I didn't, but I'll be happy to take credit, but I didn't do it.
It's you guys, you and these gentlemen standing behind these cameras and the guys in the tech room, the donations that have been made and the volunteer hours, because I know it's just parent involvement, community involvement. So we're going to have to work as a community. I don't want to see this facility go away. We've got the IB program that y'all got accreditation for or work to get. I'd like to see that stay. I like to see what we're doing with the different, all the clubs that are involved here. I would like to see math clubs grow and science clubs grow. We have more things for those kids as well, not just for the televisions, not just for the football teams and baseball, but everybody should be able to do it, academic and extracurricular combined. So I've reached out to some of the business guys that have shops here to see what we can do once we're put in place, and you know, working with them for the lunch programs. Anything we can do to get the community behind us as a school board and as a school system.
As a system.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. What about the school board and how it operates, board practices and board mechanics? Do you favor micromanaging the school system as a board as opposed to just setting policy and hiring good people? Or
mine is, after watching what we're seeing now, mine is you're electing me to hire the best superintendent that is going to hire the best people underneath him. I'm not for micromanaging. I'm not a school teacher. I'm here to, I would like to form advisory boards if I'm elected. I'd like to bring in teachers together to help me with books, to help me with academics that we need to do, things we need to implement, sit down with administration as different groups coming together to do the right thing and not just having a group of 5 people that have never been in a classroom make a decision for you guys on what you should do. That's not what I'm here for. You need to advise me.
Okay.
I'm going to hire
I'll be happy to. Most teachers would be delighted to advise.
I've talked to, yeah, I mean, ever since it's been going on, every teacher I see is, will you come talk to me? Tell me what I need to do for you. That's what I'm here to do.
Very good. Now, what about teacher hiring? If everybody has to apply again, it's a brand new system, so everyone has to apply for this brand new system. If 2 teachers are equally qualified, and one is a former Germantown teacher, taught at Farmington, and the other one comes from Minnesota, does the Germantown teacher have an advantage?
That's going to be for the superintendent, but I would probably say yes.
Yes.
But I would probably say she would have a very slight advantage. But I would think. I mean, I feel like Germantown, having been in this area, I've been very pleased with the teachers we've had here. So I'd like to see them stay, all of them. I hope they will stay with us.
Okay. What do you know about things like teacher tenure? Or is that up to the board? Is that a board policy? Is health insurance board policy? How does that get established, and will it change? Have you given any thoughts to anything like that?
Well, when we were elected last time, and we had started meeting a little bit, that was the first thing that was coming up, because I know before the tenure of the teachers was a big deal when all of this was going on. You know, I'm a business person. I'm not a teacher, so this is where we're going to differ a little bit, but I don't have job security. If I don't perform, I don't get to stay at my job. And that's what I want to tell a teacher. If you do your job, you don't need tenure. You only need tenure if you're a bad teacher. But we're going to keep the best teachers. You're being hired because you are the best. You don't need a piece of paper telling you, well, now that you've been here 5 years, you shouldn't work like that. We should get your best performance all the time. Health insurance, I know there was a lot of talk about that before. Some of that is state mandated for us, I think. I think there's some stuff in there we have to do. I'm hoping
retirement is a state issue.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm hoping I'm hoping we can do some cooperatives with the city of Germantown as well as with these will be employees of the city, and we can work there and hopefully make it better for everybody. Kind of improve on what we had before.
Very good. What about non-residents? The current boarders, the current school boarders, include students who come to this school who are not Germantown residents, and a good many Collierville people go to Houston High School. So, any thoughts about what you're going to do with those students, or if they'll be allowed to stay here?
That is going to be, I believe that's part of the issue going on with the buildings. I know when the mayor has said from the very beginning when this all started, here's my plan. I want all 8 buildings and I want all the students.
All the
students.
Boundaries.
All the students is what she said, as long as we have room. A lot of people didn't hear that part. They didn't hear, I want all the students. I think they assumed she just meant Germantown.
Very good. And that's a wonderful way to stop. It just flies by here.